all of this together, when you combine the new features, the enhanced spell list, the ability to use more of your spells as a ranger, means you will be the paramount explorer and sort of survivalist in the wilds, supporting your party with your various abilities, but also being a badass on your own.
Perfect.
You sure about that?
The new Ranger is interesting. Not in the sense that the playability of the class is more interesting than it was. Not at all, actually. Rather, the effect the changes to the game have had on the class as an unintentional counterbalance to the improvements of the class is one of the most interesting things to happen in this new version of D&D. What do I mean? The Ranger's class features are an improvement over the 2014 version of the class. Deft Explorer, Weapon Masteries, Level 1 Spellcasting, Favorite Enemy, Roving, Tireless, Nature's Veil all contribute to a base Ranger class that's more powerful than it was previously. These changes come at the cost of interesting mechanics, some would say the soul or heart of the Ranger. The 2024 Ranger lacks that creative uniqueness that other classes have. It's kind of bleh. The primary feature of the class is the Hunter's Mark spell, which simultaneously is both uninteresting and empirically weak. It lacks power from a storytelling and mechanics perspective. Not good. Even so, my previous statement holds true. The 2024 Ranger has stronger base class features than 2014, yet the changes to the game have made the class weaker overall. How can that be? 3 primary culprits: changes to the surprise rules, conjure animals, and the sharpshooter crossbow expert combo. Previously, the Ranger, with access to Pass Without a Trace, a spell that Laura cast 64 times, by the way, could cast this spell, have the party sneak through or into encounters and surprise the enemies, potentially skipping their entire first round of combat, which is quite often enough to end the encounter either technically or effectively by killing all the enemies or rendering them weak enough to no longer have a shot to challenge the party. This made the 2014 Ranger extremely viable on its own as a force multiplier for the party. But 2014 Ranger didn't stop there. They eventually got the Conjure Animal spell, much later than the Druid, but at a point where extra bodies in the combat arena still can greatly influence the direction and outcome of the combat. This was one of the most powerful 3rd level spells in the game, and any class with access to it instantly becomes a workable option. And finally, with the power attack of Sharpshooter, along with the negation of cover as a defensive option of enemies, and the bonus attack from Crossbow Expert, the Ranger could supplement those powerful concentration spells with dual-wielding hand crossbows for 2 to 3 powerful attack options from range. Crossbow Expert allowed for an additional attack via bonus action, keeping the dual wielder on par with Polearm Masters and ahead of even non-dual wielding fighters, adding a +10 to damage for each of those attacks while mitigating the -5 with the archery fighting styles +2 to attack rolls, turned an effective force multiplier into a potent damage threat. All of that has changed in 2024. Surprise no longer disallows movement or actions from being taken, effectively skipping turns. Now it only results in a combatant with disadvantage on their initiative roll. Losing initiative is bad, but not devastating to a combat SATCOM. The Conjure Animal spell has been changed to a Beyblade style area of effect spell that loses the benefits of having a large number of bodies on the map. Still powerful, the spell lacks the game-changing dominance it once had. And finally, Crossbow Expert no longer provides a bonus action attack as part of the feat, which has shifted to the light property itself. And with Sharpshooter no longer providing the power attack of -5 +10, the damage bonus comes from Great Weapon Master, which only applies to heavy weapons. The days of the hard-hitting hand crossbow user are over.